I'm sure Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York is, a nice guy. Probably, I'm sure he's a proud father. He's a loved one. It's just hard to wrap my brain around the way millions of people have sort of worshipped this guy's supposed leadership during COVID. This is what he said at his press conference yesterday about the Grinch and COVID, and you better not see your family over the holidays. Now, this is not an easy issue. I'm not trying to dismiss it. There's a lot of gray here, but I want you to hear Cuomo.
Now, the mindset for the holiday season, all right, we're now all happy and cheery, and we're going to come together, and we're doing gift buying, and we're going to do holiday celebrations. We're going to start to have meals together. The family's coming back together for the holiday season. Students are all coming home. Religious celebrations during the holiday season. Yeah, COVID is the Grinch. Think of it that way. And the COVID Grinch is an opportunist. And the COVID Grinch sees this as the season of viral transmission. All those things that the holiday season brings, they all increase social activity, they all increase mobility, and they will all increase viral transmission. So this is the season of the COVID Grinch also. When you hear that holiday music, Marcia, dun, 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 think.
Could you sing it again?
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Think COVID Grinch and be on alert.
That's a governor of the most populous state in America. That's the New York governor, Democrat Andrew Cuomo. Now, on a book tour this year, proud of his track record, playing Christmas carols and going dun 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 dun. Think COVID Grinch. I got a phone call last night from a very dear friend of mine, somebody I've known for many years. And he asked me how my Thanksgiving went, and I said, "How was yours?" He said, "Well, it was really actually pretty sad and lonely. My wife and I were home alone. I thought we would be with the kids and the grandkids, and my daughter was afraid. And so we didn't gather for Thanksgiving, and we were alone." And I was thinking a lot about it, and my heart just broke for him because I could tell he was hurt and he was aggravated. And it dawned on me last night, this is the kind of conversation that millions of Americans are having. All over the country, we're all having this conversation. I put together a trip for my kids and my granddaughter, who I haven't seen all year, to have like a winter ski lodge kind of a trip. And I'm very worried and I'm concerned. And I keep thinking about a dear friend of mine and another friend and colleague, Dennis Prager. I was listening to Dennis yesterday, who has such a great philosophical outlook on things like fear and the left and the right, how a lot of people on the left wallow in fear. There's Cuomo. Literally, that music was played by Cuomo at the press conference. We didn't add that. He's playing the sleigh ride in the background. So when you hear Christmas music, you have to think Grinch and death and despair. You got to think of being on a ventilator. Now listen, I don't want to be on a ventilator. I don't want to die. I don't want anybody to get sick. My kid yesterday called me, one of my sons, thankfully not the one who's diabetic, probable exposure to somebody who tested positive for COVID. I said, "Son, you're fine. You're going to be all right. Quarantine, stay home. Don't be around people for a while. Make sure you're all right. Get tested." But then the question becomes which path we take as Christmas is approaching. Because there never seems to be any middle ground. On the one hand, do you say everything is just a hoax and I'm going to do whatever the heck I want, I'm not going to wear a mask, and I'm going to get as close to as many people as I can? Or do you go the Cuomo route? Are you of the Cuomo mindset that you have to be living in fear you've got to hear Christmas carols and you got to think Grinch and you got to think you're going to wind up dead. And listen, I mean, my opinion changes hourly, if not daily. What about you? I mean, I don't know what to do about Christmas. I keep thinking we are close. These vaccines are coming. Millions of Americans are going to get vaccinated. And I truly believe we're going to put this horrible virus behind us in 2021. So what do we do now?